right, what is going on, crypto fam? Good evening. I know it's Saturday evening, uh, 7 p.m. my time, and doing this live update because I see several things happening in several markets. Right, we see the stock market crashing almost in free fall. We see a gold breakout, right? And a gold breakout usually means that people are scared, right? Go ahead and kind of make this gold chart bigger. And we published on this gold breakout. There's a link to the gold breakout in the video description. I read a Medium article saying if this thing starts happening, if it continues, we're gonna see trouble ahead for global markets. But I'd like to, to figure out if this is gonna have any impact on the crypto market, right? The green lines I'll go over shortly. Now there's a series of wedges here, and I had to put out a gold long signal down at this wedge, right? When I saw this play developing, I kind of put out a little insider note, and then we had a breakout, come down, and retest. Now we're seeing a bigger wedge at play, right? And this one might come down and retest, but then for gold to make such a big, massive move, that's highly, that's not normal. It's like just a swift, what is that, a 2.4% move. Like it's really high volatility for gold. Ironically, same time we're seeing indices like the S&P sell off. And if you guys traded with me during like these corrections over here, especially like this one, when this happened, BTC sold off as well. From this is when we hit the yearly low, right? And there are periods of direct and periods of inverse correlations, which I'll go into shortly. But for gold to gap up, while the S&P, not to gap up, but for gold to just completely make that really nice upwards volatile move, the S&P to sell off at this almost free fall rate where we're just seeing gap down after gap down, that's pretty bad. I'm gonna switch to like the S&P futures chart because it's gonna have less gaps. And there's head and shoulders up here, right? And so there's links to what I think about the stock market right now, based on what gold's doing and where I think we're headed and why I think we're headed there. If you guys want to touch up on that, you can touch up on it in the Medium article. It's not, we're not live on Facebook, so I'm kind of just gonna like dive in for the Facebook crew. But so my objective with this live stream is to figure out how this is going to impact the crypto market and how we need to prepare for it, or if it's even going to have any correlation, right? What do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Do you think we're going to see another period of direct correlation coming out of a period of inverse correlation? I'll show you guys like the S&P. Let's put two daily charts together. I mean, can this be non-binary? Can this be like a net neutral thing where where nothing is gonna happen, where BTC is gonna go up and the stock market is gonna come down, or are we gonna see devaluation of all markets soon? What about our altcoins, right? I mean, some of these are not even real companies yet. So this is what I was talking about in terms of a period of direct correlation where we hit the S&P hit the daily high, or hit a swing high or range high on November 7th. So did BTC, right? But then as the S&P was range bound up until it hit this yearly low, that's when BTC pretty much broke support, right? That's where we broke support. Now the trend line's still intact on BTC, or is it? Is our trend line still intact? There's a few of them, right? So it's not quite a reason for concern yet, and I'll go into the reason for concern next because there's something that's slightly concerning, and it's the BNB chart, right? So, I mean, we're practically, we could make a case to call this a trend line. It's not that really aggressive one. The really aggressive one has been knocked out. We're trying to reclaim it. On the daily chart, this looks like it could be a descending broadening wedge, right? And if it is, we're likely headed up higher. It could be a bullish formation. If I go on the 4-hour, it doesn't have the very much of a wedge-like characteristics, right? There's a lot of wicks. And we'd have to discount that failed breakout before the swift down move. So I mean, if we can discount that, right, then we're looking at a descending broadening wedge. We just have to like pull back up, break out above these levels, and continue retest and continue upwards. But it's not a wedge yet, right? And I don't know if we can discount this breakout or not. So back to what's concerning me is I do keep tabs on the BNB chart because I do believe that Binance uses it as a hedge, right? It's given us some pretty accurate long and short signals. As a matter of fact, I've got this Medium article, BNB BTC, that I published on February 7th, right? And my conclusion on that current BNB BTC rally could indicate that BTC is likely to rally, is likely to experience upside volatility in the near future. And this was on February 7th. And if you go to the BTC chart, that was a day before the turn. Shit. This thing's... So February 8th was that big up candle, right? So that's why I like the BNB chart, because it can tell us a lot about what's happening. What's happening because the largest crypto exchange, it's their token. You follow they're like the biggest whale, right? They got the most trading volume. Their coin broke the 2017 ATH, and it's been a hedge. There's definitely an inverse correlation with it in BTC, and this is where I get to what's a little worrisome to me right now. I'm kind of giving away a little bit of an edge here, so take notes, right? So starting off with the BNB BTC chart, saw a lot of volume come in here, right? I saw a lot of volume come in here, and at the same time, this is probably like the most volume we've seen in an hour trading on the BNB BTC chart in a while. At the same time, total market cap knocked down. I entered a sell-off. This is at the time that the BNB up move happened, and then a few candles later, we had a steep sell-off. We tried to reclaim this level twice. We have not reclaimed this level yet, right? And I'm gonna call this the confidence line. This is my confidence in the crypto market right now, because of everything being a sell-off. And I'll go into the gold correlation next. So, this is my confidence line here because that's when I saw a bunch of volume kind of flood into BNB from the BTC side on the sorry, this is the BNB USD chart. This is BNB BTC chart, and this is BNB and Ether. So we saw Binance pretty much as an exchange convert a lot of tokens to BNB. At the same time, while the market cap has been losing value, right? It's been kind of devalued. The total market cap has been a little bit of a devaluation phase. Now, we know BTC is the biggest contributor to this one. So it would be only fair to assess like total 2, which is total without BTC. We can do that. I haven't quite done that. And I mean, it definitely is doing something similar. I just don't have my line drawn up here. Let's do that. Let's define a point of interest. Yep, I mean, total was trading right around total 2. Right here. So if we were to pick this as the resistance to get back above, or at least the support to get back above, it's doing something very similar to regular total. I mean, that being said, if you guys traded 2017, 2018, when BTC was pulling back on those first 2 highs, alts just made some really amazing gains, right? It was like all season alts were making like 1,000%. We saw the exit pump, and that's what that was. Now that we can look back at it a few years later, back to this chart right here. So since that happened, the BNB bringing in volume and total started selling off. BNB has gone sideways in USD value. It is below the support level, the resistance level in BTC value, but it's above it in Ether value. So this kind of gives me an idea of what's happening with the 3 big pairs on Binance, right? Do you guys have any questions? So that's about what I'm seeing in terms of why I think there's little cause for concern. Back to the gold correlations chart, we see periods of both inverse correlation, direct correlation, and even some range correlation. But and sometimes it takes like there's a little lag between the first up between what I mean by correlation, I'm not talking tick by tick, I'm talking over a period of time from swing low to swing high, right? So from this swing low to gold's swing high, BTC was not at a swing high. It did make one more swing high, and then it got devalued coming down from 16K to the end of that correlation period, which would put it at 11.2K, right? And then gold went through a range. BTC got devalued in that range, and yeah, like we were in a correction, we were selling off. Here's a direct correlation period where gold kind of sells off and BTC sells off as well. Here's an gold up move, BTC sells off, but then here's a gold down move into this breakout formation, and here's a big BTC rally. So are we at a pivot, right? If we're at a pivot point, it would make sense to see that the BNB spike on all 3 charts, right? It would make sense for Binance to start kind of hedging, doing their safeguarding of funds. So that's what I have. You guys have questions for we're going to see pump and hold above 9K in the next week. All right, so good. That's great. You know, why do you say that? I don't even think you have a real name. Whoever dropped that comment. So, if you can tell us why you see that, that'd be awesome. Um, because I'm not seeing a reason to, unless we start making those highs again. In terms of the daily chart, if we look at like RSI or other indicators, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of all my drawing tools. Relative strength index. Right, so this high wasn't divergent, but this last one didn't look too good. Yeah, it might be a little cause for concern, right? A little bit of a cause for concern. On my end, at least, I'm very on edge about things until we see another swift up move. So, like in terms of current trend lines, it looks like we reclaimed this one, which is good. Puts us into a wedge. So I'm not seeing a lower low yet. It's too soon to say we are bearish, but I would proceed with a little bit of caution. Right, a little bit of caution. I was seeing this one post on TradingView where somebody was highlighting that there's a big similarity here. I'll go ahead and post this, or I'll pull it up. By every bottom. It was this guy, and comparing parabolic rallies, right? And he had this triangle and then a top, and then it crashed down. Or he's saying after this move we're gonna come down, but discounting this, I remember seeing this rising wedge in 2017, and we were still bullish, and this is like this belief, like, oh my god, how did we go to 20K so fast? But if this was the wedge, which is this was the wedge, then there's definitely another top. I would like to clear resistance zone. I'd like to see and I'd like to see market cap. I'd like to see total market cap get back above my confidence level. Right now my confidence level is very low. And come on, total. Let's go like a 15. Right now my confidence level is very low. We've rejected off this level a few times, so until we close above it, I don't see the case for a 9K, right? Unless BTC was to bring up market cap, but it would cross that line to the upside on its way up. That's total 2. Let's go to total 1. Rise. What's up, Randy? So I'm kind of waiting for this chart to load. Thinking if we fail to push past 8.8, head back down to 7.2, I believe that's the case. LTC, BTC. Oh, let's see BTC pump to 9K and then start to dump. I mean, I'm not seeing a 9K move yet. Why does everybody want a higher high? What's making you guys think that 9K is in the books? Just that turn off the trend line? Alright, so until we reclaim the zone, right, my confidence is low. We failed to close above it. We got rejected off it some 3 times. That's my current standing. That's my current standing on the market, and I'm not trying to FUD it out, but we've also seen. I mean, I'm not sure if any of you guys trade more than one market, but during some of these severe drops, right? During this drop, it was a day or two after this candle on the SPY. BTC made a big down move as well, right? So during this drop, which was this one right here, right? We did see that drop on BTC. What else? So I've seen both markets sell off at the same time, which is the main cause for concern, right? Patience is key. Are BNP pairs ever in indirect correlation? I think they're always in indirect correlation. Direct correlation is going to say, direct correlation means they're going up at the same time. So there was a period, if you go through the BNB article, there was a period of almost like flat line. And let's do this, BNB, BTC. So throughout the bear market, as when you saw BNB like record its highest BTC gains, it practically went on a rager. It was the hedge, right? So this is our 20K top. Just to explain the correlation here, this was our 20K top on BTC. And BNB was in this bull flag. Right, and afterwards, BNB rallied all the way up to like June 19th of 2018. Right now, over that time frame, we can separate some swing highs and swing lows, but it was definitely a hedge. We saw a big devaluation in BTC, and now we're seeing somewhat of a little bit of Now, going into like 2018, there was a lot of correlation. Let's pick a swing low. Or is it? You know what? This is easy. You just do this. So that was after bringing it into USD. Here we go. That is what the correlation looks like. I've got it broken down. This is for like 2018 from February, March, April, May, June, July, and so forth. Most of my bags are BTT, XRP, and HOT. Everyone's got big hopes. I'm seeing BTT is doing well. It's actually gaining on BNB, and it's gaining on I will show you what I'm seeing on BTT. Alright, so BTT is actually gaining on USD, which is good when a market cap's being devalued and you see a coin that's gaining USD value. It means it's outperforming the market. Alright, and it's doing it quite aggressively. So we saw the total market cap selling off. So we know that BTT is a performer right now, right? it's gaining USD value. You know, in terms of like a 4-hour chart, what do I see? This is probably a shakeout. I think it's ready to rally. It's ready to rally hard, personally. Let's look at the BNB correlation or the BNB pair. Yep. The thing is, on the BTC pair, you're not going to see a lot of volatility on here. It's not going to see much direction, right? Like, we're just seeing like ticks. It looks like a Forex chart. Just because it's so cheap, it's like it takes a lot of work to move one Satoshi, but one Satoshi is like 5%, and so forth. All right, guys, show me some questions. Show me some alts. Ask me, if you guys want me to go over some other altcoin charts. I think BTT looks healthy. I think it's probably one of the safer altcoins right now, as silly as that sounds. What have we done in terms of USD? Do I believe we're gonna see another 500 or a possible 500%? I mean, we saw 166% up move in USD value, in BTC value. Are we up 100? We're not. So we're up 100%, right? Or it's up 100% from that low. I think it can still rally. One thing that's been slightly concerning is this like 50% fib retracement off the swing low. We've seen a lot of tokens, or I've seen a lot of tokens turn around there, but this one's different, right? Because it's like an IEO. So if you look at IOTA from the last swing high, that's where I stopped, right? Actually, the 61.8, and now it's holding at the 38.2. So these are things to look out for, and there's I can't guarantee a 500% return on BTT. Do you think LTC pumps before happening? Well, what about BitShares? Any thoughts on that one? I'll pull up the BitShares chart. I'm gonna go over the LTC pumps hard before having. So LTC has been, it was the first coin to break out. It was literally LTC USD in terms of this rally. It was the fuel for the fire, right? If you go to the daily chart. I actually had like a tweet about this one too. And it did. Let's see, BTC did this like triangular bottom. It's almost a reverse pennant, right? You see, you got triangular right around here. I said, hey, like I would not be shorting Litecoin right now, and that's when I went on this rally, right? And now we're seeing this bear flag or this bull flag on the daily. So if this Litecoin, flag plays out, Litecoin's a pretty solid coin to bag right now. It's definitely got the momentum. It's looking bullish, and it was the rally leader. So if Litecoin can keep on climbing, then I think it's going to be healthy for the market cap overall. And yeah, I do, which leads me to believe that it's still going to gain value before the halving. Going over BTS. Yeah, this is like right here, total chart's not looking good right now, man. BTC selling off, total selling off, BNB selling off. Something's not right. Anyways, so I I think I'm gonna start looking more at like USD pairs right now. If something is gaining in USD value, it's probably gonna be outperforming any other pair. And something concerning here, this looks like it could be a broadening top on BNB BTC, right? It could be a broadening top. So, yeah, I'd like to find safe haven. I'd like to find more clarity and direction in the market. Just because of all the other possible pivots. Going over bit shares. You guys have altcoin requests? Just drop them in the comments. I'll get to them as soon as I can. So what's volume on bit shares right now? I'm not getting a reading on my Coinergy. I don't think it's in the momentum zone, right? I really don't think it's in the momentum zone. It's in a range. I think there's stronger tokens than bit shares at the moment currently, just because the chart's not doing anything. Neo. So Neo's looking menacing, right? You guys know that I'm dialed into a bit of a cycle. Bit shares was like kind of trading below our red line. Neo broke above it. It's now looks like some type of harmonic here. It looks like it could be a cup. It's forming the handle. Neo's looking bullish, right? Neo's definitely looks like it's got upside momentum right now. And I'm not a Neo fanboy, right? I've never been like a Neo diehard or Neo maximalist, or I just trade the charts. So this could be the descending broadening wedge, right? It could be doing this cup and handle, and we could see some more upwards volatility out of Neo just based on how much momentum the chart has now. And historically, during down periods, when did this happen? 2018. This is January 9th, right? January. So January 6th till January 31st, right? When BTC was getting devalued, we did see that big up move on Neo, but was it sustainable? It wasn't, right? It was an exit pump. In my perspective, that was an exit pump. And now we're back here, fairly low. Let's go over Neo USD, and are we gaining? We can make the case for it's kind of doing the same thing, right? It did this cup. It's got to do somewhat of a handle formation before continuing back to the Neo BTC chart. I do think that if we can get back up to this level, close above that point, can I move this over just a bit? If you can get a close in this zone, right? 0.0016 Satoshi mark, we're likely going to see that a flag or a descending broadening wedge play out. Shade, I'm not in a position to give you financial advice on a BitShares purchase 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. Sorry, man. But what you should do on any position you get into is put a stop loss, right? Because you wouldn't be in that predicament. You would have had an opportunity to do anything else with that BTC, or that money, or that ether, or whatever you traded, that pair you put in. We got some 20 minutes plus left. You guys wanna show me some altcoins? I'll cover them. If you guys are not gonna do that, I'm just gonna ramble on a little bit about the stock market play. So I published this 2 weeks ago on the 16th. This was the initial break of the pennant. It kind of came back, or the wedge. It came back down and retested, but we hit that 1311 mark, the first target on Friday. And I kind of described a doomsday basket that's actually doing really good right now. It's been like all the indices, like gold, the Dow, the QQQ, and yeah. So when it comes to like the S&P, since you guys aren't asking any crypto questions, we got some. All right, I'll come back to the S&P. Lisk fund, and let's go here. Lisk is in the BitShares zone, right? So we're gonna call this like the no trade range zone. If you guys are gonna hit me with a bunch of alts, so you guys understand how I'm reading charts right now. No trade range zone. Right, for me personally, up here is going to be look for a breakout formation zone. Right, this is where I want to start seeing bull flags and things develop. Then again, this is our trading style. We want to go after momentum, and up above that is going to be a momentum zone, especially if it's the second or third time trading up there. And it kind of get a mental screenshot of that, and I'm gonna go over Neo, right? Token we just covered. Where this was the range zone, right? So we can look at that as like the buy zone. But once we got up here, that's where Neo got interesting, but it kind of got through the zone really, really fast. Other tokens did not. So IOTA, for example, is something that we signaled, and the breakout zone, right? And we got in right here on IOTA, and it proved to be a really good trade, right? We got stopped out of profits on this one, and overall it rallied 34%. Right, another one was Sky. Whoa, look at BNB pump. So you see what I'm talking about, guys? You guys see these this volume coming back into the market? Can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up right now. Now total's kind of going up too, but we're seeing BNB once again starting to hedge. So yeah, what's going on with BTC and ETH? They're sideways to down. So there's some things to look out for, right? Maybe it's just all a conspiracy. I don't know. It's in my head. Thoughts on silver? Gold is pumping some silver action, where the future's still providing some fuckery. I love that word. Let me go over fun, and we'll get into silver. I don't really trade silver. I only traded gold because I saw the setup. That's in the no trade zone. All right, that's my no trade zone. You guys want to show me? Oh, silver. Let's go to silver's futures. Silver's looking good, man. Just like the hourly is. It is, however, in a descending channel. It's not broadening. It's not tightening. It's still bearish. I would want to see like a 3 bullish drives. I'd want to see something on silver that would make it want to get out of this channel. So if I was trading silver, I'd be buying support, selling resistance, buying support, selling resistance. Let's go to the daily chart. Yeah, I don't see a cause for a long here. I just don't. Not on silver. RSI, however, is looking like it could be doing a divergence, right? I mean, if it does break out of this channel, we could see it rally. It's not as menacing as gold is, though. One thing about gold is, let's go back to that gold futures chart. So I'm getting asked questions about that. If you go to like the 3-day chart, it was this really extended range since 2013, right? Well, it's kind of and if this breakout was one of these like bull flag breakouts, right? If this gold breakout was indeed a bull flag on gold, a 1.2 extension of this breakout. I mean, if we do rally past that 1% fib mark, right? If this is a bull flag because it's a falling wedge on top of an impulse up move, right? Which is, to me, it looks like a bull flag, right? And if this is what we're seeing and we end up at the 1.272, it's going to be all hell break loose on world markets. Because, I mean, unless we could very much reject here. We've seen a lot of coins, a lot of tokens reject off the 1.272 fib. a lot of breakouts getting rejected there. That's just crypto though, right? We have yet to see what happens with gold. But if it can get up to here, like the 1.6.8, then we can consider gold to be out of this range from 2013, right? And if it is, it's going to be all hell breaks loose on markets. But good news for BTC is that gold was in an uptrend, from '09 till 2011. And let's look at BTC USD. Need the Bitfinex chart. And we're not getting data that old, right? So, yeah. Anyways, that's that. What, here are any more questions? I think I've wrapped it all up. Thank you guys for tuning into this stream. If you guys want more information, hop on our Discord. Yeah, another thing is like the inverse S&P chart is not looking good at all too. It looks like it's just completely right, and the monthly looks like the 3-day looks bad. The monthly chart looks terrible. Right, look at that RSI. It's just, yeah. We're gonna have to knock down. We're gonna have to go more oversold here or more oversold on the chart, and less oversold on RSI to form some kind of divergence. Right, so I'm definitely expecting a lower low, or at least a move down to the 1,000-day moving average, which would put us right at February lows, right here at that blue line. Anyways, fam, thank you for tuning in. Trade safe, right? CYA, set some stop losses, cover your butts. Join us in Discord if you got more questions, and yeah, be safe.